Hey guys, Stitches here, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Pokemon Legends Arceus. Last time, we did the several requests around town, such as showing a completed Starly Pokedex, giving somebody a Wurmple, and showing somebody the marking on a Shink's ears. We also managed to make our way up to the first star ranking of members. So I kind of want to talk about something real quick. So I was initially going to show off the trading in this video, but I quickly tested it last night just to check. And I forgot this account that I'm playing this on actually doesn't have Switch Online. I'm playing this on an account on my Switch known as SJ Japan, which unfortunately doesn't get covered by my Switch Online membership for my other account. I do like how it actually lists it as Bugene there. That's really funny. So at the end of the last episode, our friend Ray challenged us to a battle, and we're supposed to meet him over at the dojo. So that's probably what we'll do, but I kind of want to just look around town real quick. So this is the trading post. You can exchange merit points for items and trade Pokemon with others. Good of you to stop by. What is it you need? So MP is something in this game, and it's merit points. You can buy stuff here. It's mainly evolution items. But there is some stuff in here I want to show off that is unique. So first off, there's the Pokeball, but you can also buy rare candies, which in this game are shaped like this for some reason. A candy that is packed with energy. When consumed, it instantly raises the level of a single Pokemon by 1. Neat. We have the Firestone, which makes certain species of Pokemon evolve. The stone has a fiery orange heart. Waterstone. It is the clear blue of a deep pool. Thunderstone. It has its distinct thunderbolt pattern. Leaf Stone. It has an unmistakable leaf pattern. Ice Stone. A peculiar stone that makes certain species of Pokemon evolve. It has a snowflake pattern in it. Moonstone. It is dark like the night sky. Sunstone. It burns as red as the evening sun. Dawnstone, or Shiny Stone. It shines with a dazzling light. Duskstone. It holds shadows as dark as can be. And the Dawnstone. It sparkles like a glittering eye. If you don't know what these are, it's pretty self-explanatory. Some Pokemon need items to evolve instead of leveling up. And these stones are the simplest example of that. However, there are some other items here. There's the Oval Stone, which makes a very particular species of Pokemon evolve. The Razor Claw. It's loved by a certain Pokemon. I don't know if this actually has its normal game effect. The Razor Fang. The Reaper Cloth. Metal Coat. Protector. Electrizer. Magmarizer. Upgrade. Which, yes, this is a thing. Transparent device somehow filled with all sorts of data. It's loved by a certain Pokemon. Transparent device overflowing with dubious data. It's loved by a certain Pokemon. And this is an item unique to this game, the linking cord. The linking cord is an item that it says It's an excuse me. It is listed as a string exuding a mysterious energy that makes you feel a strange sense of connection. It's loved by a certain Pokemon. So this is obviously a reference to the Game Boy Link cable. The item that allowed trading Pokemon in the first Pokemon games, Pokemon Red and Green. This is an item that evolves any Pokemon that needed to be used by trade, because in this game, any Pokemon that evolves by trade can simply have these items used on them. So I think that's kind of neat. Anyway, I think that's really it. There's a new request down here, but we'll get it in a minute. But for now, I think it's about time we go and challenge Ray to a Pokemon battle. Thanks for taking a minute for me. I know your plate's full right now. I'm going to be straightforward with you about something. Everything alright? I don't understand how anyone can handle taking on a Pokemon in battle. I know I'm a Survey Corps member and I've even got my own partner, but I just can't do it. Your partner? That's right. Take a look at my very own partner. It's the Pokemon. It's the guy. That's Pikachu, the mascot of Pokemon. Of course he has that. This is my Pikachu. During that Shinx attack, I should have had Pikachu fight at my side, but my mind just went blank. And really, when you get right down to it, Pokemon are terrifying, right? Why should this thing be able to fire electricity? But watching you work at completing those research tasks convinced me. If I want to do my Survey Corps work well, my partner and I have to be a team. Oh, my shoulder blade has been acting up lately. I think it's because of how I'm sleeping on my bed. Could always try sleeping on the living room floor to straighten out my back. Also, yes, I am aware of the shadows. This is just a weird thing in this game. I don't personally mind it, but some people freak out about it, about the character shadows looking like that. And our first step to being a real team is to battle your team. Survey Corps' Ray challenged you to a battle. Go, use Aqua Jet, and that's over. Battle decided. Whoa, you seem so in sync with your Pokemon. I told it to do the same thing twice. It's not that hard. Oh, hey, Wurmple can evolve. That was amazing. The way you fight alongside your Pokemon, you don't seem one bit scared of battling. We'll just have to catch up best we can, right, Pikachu? Bro, he turned away. Fair enough. Pikachu's got a bit of a tendency to attack, you see. That's why he normally stays in his ball. I guess the first step for Pikachu, and we might be getting a little friendlier with one another. Oh, by the way, the professor said Pokemon have these things called types, which apparently make a big difference in how battles go. Yeah, I almost fucking died to you because your Pokemon's electric and mine's water, but... Pikachu here seems to be an electric type, for example. Oh, they show the full type chart in this game. Well, I mean, that's not the full type chart, but, you know. Type matchups. Both Pokemon and moves have types. The type matchup between a move and its target Pokemon determines how much damage is taken. Moves can be super effective, effective, not very effective, or completely ineffective. Here's some examples of type matchups. Oh, I think they show different things. Fire moves are strong against grass-type Pokemon. Grass-type Pokemon are strong against water-type Pokemon. Water-type moves are strong against fire-type Pokemon. Here you can see a chart of the types. I'm not going to be doing a full in-depth guide to every type, not unless it's really requested, so I guess if you want me to do that, you just have to say in the comments. And maybe I'll consider doing it. I have played enough Pokemon to know what I'm talking about. I also didn't realize that these are the same type symbols that are used in Pokemon Legends Arc, or in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I do think that the new type symbols are kind of dumb because Pokemon Go doesn't use the same ones as these. Additionally, for a while, types didn't have symbols. The only time types were given symbols was in the Pokemon card game, which doesn't have every Pokemon type, and instead simplifies some Pokemon down to a specific type, such as ground and rock Pokemon being a part of the fighting type in addition to fighting type. Instead, that game does weaknesses on a per card basis. So you're the one, that new recruit everyone's talking about. I don't know what gender this character is supposed to be. I know who Zissou is related to. Which is, Zissou is supposed to be related to Flint and Buck. Flint of the Sinnoh Elite Four, and Buck, an ally that you meet in the Battle Frontier. Okay, Zissou is a girl. The name Zissou. No, that's not it. That's not the voice. The name Zissou, captain of the security corps. I see you've got some fight in you. Figured I'd stop by and give what advice I could. Captain Zissou is a master of an ancient martial art where you guide Pokemon in battle. Now listen, if your Pokemon's truly mastered its moves, it can actually use them in different styles. On the one hand, you could choose to deliver a move in the strong style. The move will deal more damage, but afterward it'll take longer for your Pokemon to act. On the other hand, you can choose to unleash a move in the agile style. Such a move will have less power behind it, but your Pokemon will be able to act more quickly afterward. In truly favorable conditions, it might even get out 2 moves before the opponent can act. Strong style moves, agile style moves, and of course regular moves. Choose which is right for the given situation and direct your Pokemon with a little nudge. Once your Pokemon has mastered a move, you can have it use agile or strong style by pressing the L or R button or the left or right button when selecting a move in battle. Sometimes your Pokemon will naturally master a move and unlock these extra styles simply by leveling up. So the main thing is, while one reduces power but increases speed and the other does the opposite, they both utilize more PP than usual. PP is a number that is listed under an attack, and it's basically how much the Pokemon can use that attack before needing to rest. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to teach your Pokemon some powerful moves, just let me know. Damn. Look at those fucking, like, calves. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know how old Zissou is, but assuming they're an adult, you know, I'm for that. I would assume they're an adult because, I mean, look at them in comparison to our characters. They definitely look to be about 3 years older at least. But you never know with these games. Well, that's certainly handy to find out about before going to tackle Mai's request. You remember I mentioned it earlier. I'm heading down to see about Mai's request. I'm supposed to meet her down past the foot of Aspiration Hill. You should come along too. Get ready, then meet us down there, would you? And by ready, I mean double checking what Pokemon you'll bring and maybe even teaching some new moves with the help of Zissou. New mission. A request from Mai. So Zissou kind of replaces in the mainline games what is known as a TM. TMs are little CD-like objects that teach Pokemon moves. It's short for Technical Machine. There's a few variants of these, such as Hidden Machines, which in older Pokemon games taught Pokemon a move that they couldn't forget on command, but was utilized in the field, whether it be to cross water by surfing or to cut down trees in the path. There's also in Sword and Shield exclusively Technical Records, or TRs. These are moves that can be purchased. They could be purchased, but they and typically contain really good moves. But they're kind of random as to which ones you can obtain. There is also something I want to point out, which is you may have noticed that Ray and Akari have different symbols on their headgear. These are actually representative of the Diamond Clan and Pearl Clan. Mine being the Diamond Clan and Ray's being the Pearl Clan. I actually didn't know this until I remembered exactly what these symbols are. Also, I did learn that these jackets mean the security corps. Let's talk to Zisu. Here at the training ground, your Pokemon can master and learn their new moves. Hello there, Survey Corps recruit. You need something from me? I want new moves. So let's take a look at Oshawott. Scallop. We can learn the move False Swipe, which will attack for 40 power, same as Tackle, except the target Pokemon will be left with 1 HP, keeping them from fainting. This is good for catching Pokemon and has been a staple in the Pokemon series since Generation 1. Rock Smash used to be an HM in other games, but in newer games it's not. It's a 40 power fighting move that attacks with a punch but may lower defense. Aerial Ace is a 60 power flying move that doesn't ever miss, assuming the Pokemon isn't in a special state like Underground. Focus Energy is a status move. It makes future attacks have a higher critical chance rate, and Rest, which restores your HP, but it makes you fall asleep. Now, these are actually a checklist, too. So if you want to, you can actually teach your Pokemon all the moves that you want. So, as for what moves I'm considering teaching Oshawott, I'm actually only really considering Aerial Ace to take care of grass types, due to the fact that that's Oshawott's main deal, but that's only one type, so I'll probably not do that. Oh, we learned Swords Dance. We can also Master move, but we need a Seed of Mastery to do that. We can exchange items. We can get Grit Gravel if we have Grit Dust. Grit Pebble if we have Grit Gravel. And a Grit Rock if we have 10 Grit Pebbles. I've got a question. About effort levels. Raising your Pokemon's effort level will improve their stats, you see. You can use items like Grit Dust to raise Pokemon's attack or defense or what you have. It might give you the edge you need in battle without using moves. I'm not going to read this one because it's just stuff that we've already heard. So while Ray does want us to reconvene with him, there's actually some stuff that we can do right now. One of which is there's a request. Down here. Additionally, I want to see if we can actually do the farmlands. This guy may look familiar to you because he's implied to be an ancestor of Gardenia. colza. It's tough picking berries out in the wild, so I'm hoping you can grow them here instead. Here in the village, you can have crops grown for you in exchange for a fee. Need to grow crops, are you? No way to tell how the yield will be. We'll give it our all. What kind of harvest are we interested in? Right now, we only have 2 types of harvest, being apricorn harvest and medicinal harvest. I'll go with the apricorn harvest. It'll be $500 for that one. Sounds great. If we talk, the crops still need time to grow. Keep at that survey work of yours in the meantime. If I remember right, the more you use this farm, the more they clear out until you can eventually have 4 going at a time. This also is a mushroom growing thing. Yep. A big weasel. Can a Pokemon of the same species really come in different sizes? I know the professor said they do, but I'll have a hard time believing it unless I see a different sized one line up side by side. If there really are a weasel bigger than mine, I'd love to see them alongside the one I have, for comparison's sake. And you're a natural when it comes to catching Pokemon, right? I bet you see where I'm going with this. If you catch a weasel bigger than mine, would you let me have it? I'll make it worth your while. Big weasel, little weasel. And it turns out we already have one. Our weasel is actually already bigger, which is lucky because in my personal playthrough, this took me forever to do. Good gravy, I never expected you to bring one so quickly. I'm afraid I'm looking for a bigger one, though. One that's at least around 2'8" would be great. So this is... Oh, this is why it took me a while, because it tells you it only checks for the species. So if we check here, the height, this one's only 2 feet tall. Additionally, our Wurmple here is actually capable of evolving. Was the Pokedex button this one? So you may notice that although we can get this to level 10 to complete it, you may notice that there's still missions we can do. And well, this is actually a good thing to note, is that you can actually complete these, and like I have mentioned before, it ups the shiny chance of catching a certain Pokemon in a certain species. So because Wurmple has already been completed in the Pokédex, I'm actually going to evolve ours. And I'm excited to see what it'll evolve into. It evolved into a Silcoon. Silcoon got the idea for a new move. Oh, it learned Iron Defense instead of Harden. Interesting. Normally it learns Harden. There's some other stuff we can do here that I want to look at. One of which is I actually want to change our clothes. We got a second set of clothes that we can wear, and I think maybe today we should consider wearing them. And I'll probably wear them for the next few videos. So we got a nickel colored kimono, but we have no shoes to go with it, so I think I will just keep our normal sandals. And I'll keep the headpiece on. Now, I don't think we're actually going to go out into the field this time because of the time of the video, so I think today we're just going to keep exploring around town. So let's talk to Edith. Welcome, young lady. What can I help you today? We can do hairstyling. Go on and have a seat. I'll put your things aside for you. What sort of look would you like to go for? So we can see short hair, long hair, Survey Corps style, shorn, curled, braids. Now, I think in this game, these are gender specific. You can also change your hair color from chestnut, slate, gold, black, and white. And we can also color our eyebrows if we want. This won't be very different from the style you already have. Are you sure, dear? Yeah. Lovely, and I'll have you ready in no time. Wow. I look the same. You look simply wonderful. Thank you for coming in today. Take care not to leave anything behind. Now that still does cost 500. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be until the next game where if you back out. Next up we have Choi in the general store. You can buy stuff. You can buy a cake lure base. Enhances the flavor of other foods mixed with it. You can also buy revives. Take a few of those. A potion and Pokeballs. Really just stuff you can craft. We can also talk to Anth, the clothier. Here we can buy the different outfits. We can buy different outfit colors. And you can buy a fancy kimono that I believe corresponds to whatever starter Pokemon you picked, which is exclusive per save file. However, I have never caught any of the other starters, so I don't actually know. You can also buy the everyday trousers in different colors, including some fancy bottoms based on your starter. You can buy karate gis in different colors, including the expert style. You can buy Gita sandals. How do people walk in Gita? They look so uncomfortable. You can also buy some Zori sandals. And really, you just change the color of the bands. You can also buy some glasses if you want. So that's nice. There's, of course, the Craftworks. You can purchase materials for crafting, which we'll go there in a second. There's also a photography studio, and I think we'll check those out and be just about done for today. Until we earn more money, like, we can't really do a lot of the stuff, but I figured I'd at least throw out what's on the table right now. Anvin. Here at the Craftworks, we sell materials. You can also buy recipes here, such as a remedy, honey cake, ox power, and ox guard. Now, if I remember right, these work like the X items from the main games, but you may notice these are quite expensive. You can also put stuff into the item box, which is actually somewhat useful in this game due to how inventory space is limited. You can also purchase crafting materials you've encountered, such as apricorns, tumblestones, cake lure bases, and springy mushrooms. Large and well-ripened mushroom. It is beloved by the more monstrous Pokemon as well as dragon Pokemon, so they will gather wherever one is thrown. Buy like 3 of them. And we'll also buy 6 cake lure bases. Also, go ahead and buy some tumblestones just so we can craft it. Some Pokeballs. But you may notice we can now craft heavy balls. Heavy balls work different in this game than they do in the mainline games. In the mainline games, heavy balls have a higher catch rate based on a Pokemon's weight class. In this game, it's different. In this, it is a ball that is literally heavy. It is too heavy to fly high or far, but it is highly effective when you manage to hit an unsuspecting Pokémon. This is really good with Pokemon that haven't seen you. It's also really good with the backstrike technique, which hasn't been properly explained, but it's pretty self-explanatory. I'll get to it when the game gets to it. We can also craft some potions, so I'll craft like 10 of these. What do you have to say? They say hunger is the best seasoning, but I'd rather rely on the quality of my sootfoot roots to make my potato mochi tasty. The last thing I want to show off is the photo gallery area. In here we can talk to Dagiro. Here at the photography studio, you can enjoy taking photos together with your Pokemon. Ever considered preserving a lovely memory with your Pokemon as a photograph? Come on in and give it a try. I'm in the business of photographing people with their Pokemon. Why not have your photo taken? So we can start taking photos. So we can change our pose. We can have our arms folded, hands behind our back, arm out, arms open high, arms open low. Confident pose. Thumbs up. At the ready. Braced for battle. Over the shoulder. The hero pose. Sitting plainly. Sitting confidently. And then it cycles back. We can change our expression from neutral, delighted, smiling, surprised, troubled, angry, serious, vacant, thinking, and that's about it. What would you like to do? We can prepare a Pokemon. I think we should get a picture with Scallop. Stand to the right of your Pokemon. We'll have you stand to the right of your Pokemon. You can also change the screen. So you can pick a red screen. A yellow screen. There's this pink screen, a blue screen. Light green screen. This is like the exact same color as a pair of bed sheets I have. The black screen. A purple screen. And back to the white screen. Next we have a light blue screen. Gray screen. Green screen. That's like a dark green screen. An orange screen. And that's about it. Now, I think for this one, I'm gonna take the light blue screen. We can also change the lens filter. We've only got a plain filter on the lens right now. So the only two filters we have are plain filter and nostalgic filter. Nostalgic filter will do this and make it sepia. So this will make a Pokemon loop its animations. So we can have him look happy, go to sleep, act dizzy. Pretend to faint. And that's about it. I like the happy. Good. We'll do this. Now, this uses the Switch's built-in screenshot function, so you press the capture button to save images of your game. And I will go ahead and go to the Switch album so we can see what this looks like. So here's the first photo we took where I got a frame of the shell clipping inside Scallop, and he looks like he's been stabbed through the chest, and he's got this funny face. We got the second one, which is pretty much perfect. This one, which is mid-flip. This one, which isn't quite perfect. And this one, which is pretty much the same as that one. So we'll stop taking photos now. Interestingly, these photos are actually completely free to take pictures of. It's completely free to get pictures done, rather. And it doesn't cost money, which I think is interesting. But anyways, that'll do it for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. If you... Sorry, I had to stretch. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, you should hit the like button. You should also subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications for when I upload. Additionally, you can check out more of the stuff I do in the description. There's a link to my Twitter, a link to my Twitch where I live stream. Additionally, you can also support me directly using the Ko-fi link, which allows you to do so with a minimum of $3 per donation. And without further ado, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.